Or should I even say, okay, you introduce yourself?
Introduce it?
Okay,
is it for your channel? You shouldn't say hi, it's me. Subscribe, this is Liam Lewis. Subscribe to him too.
Okay. Welcome back, guys. My name is Oscar Yana, and I'm with my friend here. I think a couple of weeks have passed or months have passed.
Months.
The last moment we made, and if you guys haven't seen that video, I'm gonna keep the link. It's gonna be here or it's gonna be in the description, whatever. So right now we came up with some few ideas, and we're gonna make some few videos together. So make sure to subscribe to my channel and subscribe to his channel.
It's Liam Lewis.
The link down in the description. And today's biggest topic is he has decided to move from England and coming here to China to stay. Well, so many people really in China, they really don't want to stay here and they just want to go back to the country. I don't know what's the reason. I haven't found out about that, but today we're gonna know the main reason why he has moved out. So can you say something about it?
Okay, so hi. I was living in England, obviously. I was working in a coffee shop, which it was a fun job, but I was working so many hours. I still had no money. I was living in a very small apartment, and I was like, this can't be life. Like, there needs to be something more than just work. I want to see the world. I want to travel. I want to experience new things that other people may not have experienced ever. So I had some friends here already, and they had been in China for a few years, I think. And I was talking to them on Facebook, and I was like, so what's it really like over there? And they're like, it's amazing, you should come, you'd be a great teacher, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, oh, well, maybe. And then I was too scared, because like, I can think about it in my head, and it sounds so exciting, but then at the same time it sounds so scary because it's a strange country and I don't speak Chinese, and I was terrified. Eventually I worked my butt off and I managed to save up enough money for the plane ticket, to get my visa and everything sorted out. I got a job with this good company, and yeah, about, I think it was like 7 months after I decided, I arrived in China. And I've been here for just over a year now.
So does it mean like if someone doesn't have friends in China, that means they can come and teach here?
Yes, pretty much. If you have no friends, come to China. There's lots of foreigners here.
No, like what I mean exactly is for example, there's someone who doesn't know anyone like here in China, but they really wish to come here and teach in China. So are there other means apart from having friends here in China who can help them come here?
Oh yeah, there's groups on WeChat, which is like the Chinese super app that has a different. There's Facebook groups, there's forums, everything that you can think of. There's YouTube videos. That's how a lot of people find me and you, I'm sure. So yeah, it can be very scary and it can be very lonely if you do come here at first and you don't know anyone, but you'll find that the expat community is so small here that everyone knows everyone and everyone is friends and everyone's always ready to help you out, in my experience anyway.
And according to your experience from the time you taught here, what are the main major problems that you faced here?
Problems?
Yeah, and challenges.
I've been, well, when I got a DD or a taxi, they tried to rip me off a few times and tried to charge me more money, and I was just like, what? And they're like, you have to pay, we'll call the police. And then, because there is some corruption in China, sometimes they will call the police, but they'll pay the police, and then the foreigner gets screwed, and it happens occasionally from what I've heard. Other than that, just when I first got here, obviously I didn't know the language, so trying to learn the language was difficult. And when you didn't know and you go to the store and you're like, I want this, and they're like, huh? And you're like, this, and they're like, huh? So that's a struggle at first, but I've learned the basics of the language now, so I can get around.
So like what exactly made you to decide like you really want to stay here in China?
Just that every day is so weird and different and exciting. Like back home, it's just like work, sleep, work, sleep. But here it's just like, oh, well, we go to work and then we're going to go to this barn and we're going to go and climb this mountain and then we're going to go to this new city and we're going to go and do this and this and this. And like, there's just so much to do and everything's so brand new, because even being in this city, it's such a big city, but if you go like maybe an hour away, you're in a completely different place that has like ancient Chinese like architecture and stuff like that. Everywhere is just so vastly different, and it's wonderful.
Do you think like in the future you might get married here or something like that?
Me get married here? Oh, I don't think I'm ever getting married. I'm gonna stay single forever. Maybe I'll get a dog. I don't know.
Okay, that's just a compliment. It's okay. And for those guys who actually like they stayed here, then they don't like staying here. Maybe what would you advise them so as they may like take it in a different way? They don't like the environment of China.
Yeah, that's happened sometimes. I mean, sometimes foreigners come and they're like, oh, the pollution, it's disgusting. Oh, it's so noisy. The roads, they drive crazy, blah, blah, blah. The food is horrible. Like, but you have to be open to experience new things. You're coming to a different country, so at least respect that their country is different than the one you're from. Their culture is different, their language is different. If you're coming here, you owe it to yourself to at least learn a bit of the language, try the food, you know, be open to new ideas, because it's a different place. Change your perspective. Don't come here and then be like, oh, I hate this, I want to go home. Like, move to another city, move to the beach, move to the little, you know, secluded parts, move to the country, move to wherever. Like, there's so many options for you here.
And like, what was the best thing that you experienced here in China that was actually totally different from your country?
Oh my God. The best thing, oh, well, of course, the Great Wall of China. That was like such a defining moment, because I'd seen videos on YouTube about it before, and I always thought, I'm never going to be able to go there, I have no money. And then I was there on the wall, and it's beautiful, and you just see for miles and miles and miles, like all the mountains and everything. It was the best experience of my life. It's like, took my breath away. And every time people say that, I always think, oh, that's just cheesy rubbish. But it's true. I was like, oh, I'm actually on the Great Wall of China. This is amazing.
Oh, okay. So that's actually according to his perspective, and
yes.
What he thinks exactly what made him stay here, and actually what made him want to stay here for good. But the only part I didn't understand is that because if you only want to stay here for a long time, you need to like have a long-term visa. So I don't know exactly what is he going to use in order to stay here for a long time.
Well,
I thought of marriage is gonna make you stay here.
Marriage?
Something else maybe, because the only visa I know that can make you stay here for a long time is marriage. So.
Well, yes, that's I guess the only real way. But if you're working here and you work for a good company that does everything legally, you get a working visa. So if I just stay with the company I'm with, they keep renewing my visa. So I'll be able to stay here for a long time.
By the way, like how long does the visa stay?
So I think it depends on your school's contract. So when I first came here, I signed up for a year, so my visa was 1 year long. And you know, if you sign up for 6 months, it'll only be 6 months long. So, but you had to tell your school, oh yeah, I'm going to stay for another year or for another 6 months, and they'll be like, okay, then you get a new visa and a new visa, and it just goes on and on like that. And
while working in one school with their visa, can you apply to another school to shift?
You can apply for other jobs, yes, but if it's usually a thing in China where if you work for one company, you can't work for another, because there's something with the government. They don't like people to have 2 salaries, 2 incomes. You can only have the one. So yeah, it's also in my contract. I know that if I work for another school on the side, they could fire me. So I'm not going to risk my visa for that.
Okay. Anything you want to tell them?
If you want to come to China, just do it. Don't be scared. Don't be sat in your bedroom wishing, oh, I wish I'd done that. Just do it. Just come. Have a new experience. Live a new life. You know, see weird, wonderful, crazy and amazing things. And you never know. You know, I could still be in a little tiny apartment back home with no money, no friends, and quite possibly an alcohol addiction. But now I'm here, so try something new. And thanks for watching. Make sure you like, comment and subscribe.
Okay, see you.